What is up, guys? I'm Jericho101 and welcome back to your other video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys White Korean's Royal Blue Sapphire dress version 1/6 of a scale figure by eStream. Now, before we talk about the figure, let's go over the box. Which, as you can see, the box is pretty simply designed. On the sides of it, you got some graphics of Lucifugus, which is White Korean's spirit weapon. A nice big window on the front. It has some nice shades of blue, and then it has some simple graphics, which overall gives it a clean look. Though, the size of the box is honestly pretty large, which means it's going to be difficult to store depending how much space you have. Now, shifting our focus to the figure itself, I have to say that eStream did an amazing job with this White Queen figure. This figure's attention to detail, layer of clothes, colors, and sculpt work is done beautifully. Looking at the sculpting of the figure, there are very few issues I have with it. I think the hair looks great, though I think they could have done a better job with the twin tails, just a little bit, since in some areas it can be a bit sloppy. The hat looks good though. The face is sculpted very well. I like the expression that White Queen has on. The outfit looks incredible. I love how the dress is so well decorated, the beads all in the front, the way that the bow looks, I really dig that blue. The way that the pattern on the edges of the dress pops out, adding texture and being visible. The only thing that I wish was that they went with a different color for the patterns to make it a bit easier to see. I think the sword looked good, there's no issues there, and I think that the skin tone they use for White Queen is nice. She looks the way that she is advertised, which is a very good thing. As for the base, she suffers from the same problem that the Kurumi eStream figure has, which if you don't remember is that you kinda can't see it. Now don't get me wrong, it is more visible than the one that Kurumi has, but it still gets blocked by White Queen mostly. Now, the parts that you do see, like the ring that circles around White Queen, looks cool, and the bat wings on the sides are pretty awesome. I really love how the cogs at the ground look as a base, and the shades just bring a very nice look to it overall. My main issue is just with the background part, Lucifugus, White Queen's spear weapon. This time around, they added even more depth to the background, and it looks really cool. It's just unfortunate that White Queen blocks it all. It's made even more annoying since the process of putting them all together is much easier than with Kurumi. Though there are steps that eStream does not actually tell you about, so let me tell you about them now. In order to assemble your White Queen figure, we're going to start with taking the base and connecting the background part to it. The next step you're going to do is to take the ring and pull it apart, which will make the next step easier. Connect the bottom of the ring to the base and then connect White Queen to the base. You can connect White Queen's hand to the rest of her body, and finally you can connect the top of the ring to the base. Now there is one more step to take care of, which is this little black piece, which is supposed to help stabilize the two parts of the base together. Since this part doesn't actually move and will just fall or just stay in the same place when you do have to move the figure, I suggest that you first put White Queen in the spot you want to display her carefully, since this figure is pretty delicate and you wouldn't want the base to snap on you. Once you have placed White Queen where you want to display her, you can just fit the black piece between the backdrop and the base like so. Now, this figure is from Ami, so unfortunately, you know this figure is going to be expensive, which will make or break the deal for some people when it comes to getting this figure. I ended up buying mine from Ami for 46,200 JPY, which is about 316 USD. Depending where you live, this figure can be even more expensive, like I had to pay 115 USD for shipping, making my grand total approximately 425 USD. Now, do I regret buying this White Queen figure? Honestly, I don't. I think she looks great. I think that in terms of quality, she does meet it, and overall, I think she's just a great figure. Standalone, she's great, and I think she has very high potential to be the centerpiece of anyone's collection. As for me, as you guys know, I have the Kurumi figure, which I finally get to display them both alongside each other, which was always a goal. So for me, there's also that added benefit of getting to complete a set. Now I'm just missing one more, being the Toga figure, which should arrive hopefully sometime this year if there are no delays. Unfortunately, this character doesn't have too many figures out on the market right now, and the ones that she does have are either expensive, too big, or just wouldn't flow for your collection since it would fit a very specific theme, like her bunny figure for example. Now, the best I could really recommend would be the Kadokawa White Queen, which I do have a video on my channel for it, but that figure has released a couple years ago, and if you're looking for her on the aftermarket, her price has gone up, so I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you can find a seller who isn't selling her at too bad of a price, but more than likely you'll be buying her at a higher price than her retail value. If you want an even more budget version of the figure, you can always go for the Nendoroid that's releasing later this year. I'm planning to get it, but some people don't like Nendoroids, so yeah, your only real options would either be Kadokawa, the Nendo, or hoping that a other company releases the other White Queen figure at a more reasonable price. As a quick disclaimer, I did see some comments on MFC about people who have received this White Queen figure with a twin tail broken. I'm not too sure how common of an issue it is, but I would say take that into consideration before you decide to get this figure. However, to those of you who have the expendable income, own the Kudumi, or are wondering if this figure was just worth it, personally, I think she is. All I can really say is that she looks good, I think she is awesome, and that if you do buy her, be careful when you are assembling her and when you are moving her around, since this is a bit of a fragile figure. Anyway guys, that has been eStream's White Queen Royal Blue Sapphire dress version. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'm also curious to know what your thoughts are on this figure, so leave a comment in the comment section below. I know that they're releasing a Toka figure later this year, which goes along with the Kudumi and White Queen. I do have that figure pre-ordered, so if you are interested, stick around because I will be doing a video on that figure when she releases. Anyway guys, that has been all from me, and make sure to take it easy.